Welcome to another installment of the Fragments of Silicon Reviews. This week we have 3 games. And starting things off is DCR, Drive.Crash.Repeat. And yeah, that's a title that really is everything that says on the tin. Because this is what you do in the game. Drive, crash, repeat. So this belongs to maybe not my favorite subgenre of video games. That is mobile games that are not mobile games. And what I mean by that is everything about the game feel of DCR screams I was built for a touch screen. But the thing of it is, there's
like you don't have a whole lot of different things to do.
Yeah, it's like the premise, the controls, the production values, everything felt like I was built for a mid-range mobile phone. But as it so happens, there is only a PC version of this at time of recording. So if this is the kind of game, so if this game does make the jump to mobile, I would not be surprised at all.
So you said it didn't have microtransactions or anything, so
no,
it would be interesting to see how that gets monetized if they do. Because
it's got 3 worlds. They could do level packs and stuff. I'm not saying it would translate exactly, but if I saw this on a mobile phone, I wouldn't be surprised. Anyway, so getting down to the brass tacks, outside, the challenge is in the driving, because
you don't have a brake, it says so.
Yeah,
you auto go forward.
Yeah, see, that's another thing that really showcases mobile design, auto moving. It auto scrolls, and you can only move left or right, and you can speed up. And you're gonna want to speed up because there are bronze, silver, and gold medals.
Spoilers: if you want gold, you're gonna have to basically slay on the boost button.
Right. But I suppose we're kind of tap dancing around the whole the core mechanic here, and that is you can't steer for shit.
I think that might be underselling it, bro.
Potentially. I'm like, you theoretically have control of your direction, but it's very slidey, it's very loose. The controls are very intentionally shitty. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. You cannot
otherwise it would be drive get to the end complete instead of drive crash repeat.
Yeah, it's I suppose the Japanese have a word for this, and I believe it's kusogage, or
kusogage,
yeah,
just a game that's intentionally kind of shitty.
Yeah, I'm now I might get a email from the developer stating otherwise. That wasn't the intent or anyway, but whatever.
It's certainly not supposed to be any kind of driving simulator.
Yeah, it's not a racing game, and if it were a conventional, you could control with precision kind of driving game, this game would not be very challenging, at all. Everything comes down to the fact that you barely have control over this car. And once again, going back to the title, you're expected to crash a lot. I think the average crash ratio on a level for me was at least 30. And we're talking beginning levels.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually going to take you a lot of dedication and memorization to get good at this game. Now whether or not that's worth it might be a far more subjective experience. Mm-hmm. Personally, I didn't think it was worth it. I'll be honest, I played this game for maybe about a half an hour, maybe a bit more, and then I just got bored. It's you know, it's like, personally speaking, this isn't the kind of challenge I like. You know, it's a cheap kind of challenge. You know, it isn't. You know, I suppose there is skill involved, but that it's, you know, compensating for the design of the game more than actual skill, if that makes any sense. Like, um, and yeah, uh, and that's another thing. You know, this game being so simple, there's not a whole lot to it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if you don't like the premise of the game too much, you're not gonna find a lot to engage with.
Like, is there even
And
anything else to do? Like, any extra cars or modes or?
if they are, they might be locked behind the medals.
Mm.
Yeah, I'm like, uh, but yeah, there are no extra modes. You know, there's no like time attack. There are no leaderboards. This is a very bare bones product. Right down to the fact that you're locked to a keyboard on this, just a keyboard. Like,
no controller controls.
not that
Nope.
I could find. I'm sure you could brute force it in a myriad of ways.
And
But
like, also for those of you who like to play in like windowed mode, no option. That's why you're getting trailer.
yeah, I'm like, it, you know, once again, the presentation is very threadbare. I'm like, understandable given what's on tap here, but you know, once again, that would be much more understandable in a mobile game. Like, if this were an actual mobile game on the PC, you just come to expect a bit more. As far as graphics go, they're serviceable. They're not amazing. Their pixel art, I don't think they're invoking any sort of actual retro style. You know, it's just they just went with an art style that can be very simple and clean. Like, the music existed. Yeah, it's one of those titles where I remember there being music. I do not remember a thing about it. You know, once again, that's kind of the whole thesis statement of this. Very, you know, efficient production values. Not, you know, not terrible, but not, you're not going to wow anyone here with the graphical stylings or the music or what have you. And this leads me to probably my biggest bone of contention with the overall game, and that is its pricing. So this game clocks in at $8.99.
That's a specific price. Like, it's not an automatic price that you come up with. That's
I
someone
almost
decided.
wonder if it's like a converted price, you know, like from a
It's-
different currency.
It's possible because I think the developers are Russian, like, or they Turkish, like, yeah, they're, you know,
Some
they
kind
are,
of European.
yeah. It's like I'd have to recheck. Like, yeah, I think they're Turkish because they've got a Turkish language option, or they could be located in multiple locations. Had that happened before. Anyway, point taken is it's certainly an unusual price point, and I can say with confidence that this game is not worth $9. Like, $5 would be the maximum here, and even then, I think that'd be a bit of a stretch, just considering how little actual content there is.
Yeah.
So,
Like, honestly,
maybe
I'd
check
go with 5 only if they have like extra modes.
You know, it's
So, like, maybe check it out on sale.
you know, a lot of this is not necessarily the game's fault, but we don't review things in a vacuum. Like, so, you know, yeah, I'm going to have to say, at least for myself, this game is not recommended due to the difficulty curve, the, you know, the simple presentation, and really the lack of content. I'm like, final thoughts from the rest of the crew here.
Yeah, I'm pretty much similar with you. There's not a whole lot here that makes me want to, really ever want to pick this game up again. But that's just me.
I don't think I had it, so.
Yeah, we only got 2 codes for this,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't think anyone else was compelled to buy this.
Yeah, so yeah, my only input on this is that I did not feel it didn't grab me enough in idea that I felt like getting it on my own.
Yeah, this would have been
which is only worth noting because it's different than one of the other games this week.
Yeah. It, like, if I had to give a rating, 4 out of 10, below average. It's not terrible, but it's, it's not good either. Like, and it, it's just, a little too, once again, we keep coming back to this. It's just a little too little for its own good.
Yeah, this plays like it was designed to be a Flash game from like 2007.
Yeah,
That's the impression I got.
Yeah, I'm like, and I understand that Steam is the how do I put this?
Distributor of record.
All-consuming dumpster of the PC gaming scene, but we do have standards to measure against, and yeah, it's like, it's always unfortunate when we have to come down on games, but we do have to be honest as well. So with that in mind, that'll about do it for DCR here. Be sure to tune in after the break, as we'll be talking about a game called Tetris Escape.